Once again, this is Dr. Senyaja from Accra, Ghana. I would like to show the real time of my phaco surgery. This is soft nucleus, about grade 1, grade 2 nucleus sclerosis. I am a trained retina surgeon, although I do phaco regularly, either alone or in combination with vitrectomy or glaucoma procedure. After staining the capsule through a side pot with 23 gauge, I make a small not through and through phaco incision with 2.8 millimeters keratom. I place my incision around 10-11 o'clock and exactly at the limbus where you can see some small bleeding. This reduces astigmatism and facilitates faster healing. I make my own cystotom all the time and make sure that the angle is not too steep. This will actually prevent leakage of viscoelastic through my incision by not having to press down to reach the capsule while doing the capsuloresis. I still use cystotom to do my capsuloresis instead of forceps. It doesn't always give me that round-centered capsuloresis, but most of the time it works well. So now I've completed my capsuloresis. I'm extending slightly my phaco incision, but I don't go in through and through, so I'll say it's about 2.6 millimeters. This will provide some tightness to my phaco probe to prevent leakage. Now I'm doing my hydrodissection and hydrodelineation. In such soft cataract, rotation of the whole cortex in the back is very crucial. It facilitates easy aspiration of the epinucleus and the cortex. Now, before I start my phaco, I inject viscoelastic to protect the endothelium. This is very important. Each time I come out, I make sure I inject viscoelastic. So the first thing I do is to expose the nucleus by removing all the cortex. This will give me a fair idea how big the nucleus is. Dismantling the nucleus. I decide to use the rod in this case because the nucleus being soft. I could do suprapupillary chop, a procedure that I've learned from Agawa. It's very good when the nucleus is not that hard. You just go in with your suction, you remove it out of the bag, and then with your rod you go under and then split it. It works quite well. In that case, you will not have problem with your phaco tip going through and through to the posterior capsule. I'm quite used to this now. This is a real-time video. It is not edited. As you can see from the phaco probe incision, there's hardly any leakage. I find this important for me to maintain a deep anterior chamber. Somebody asked me the other day how I manage to maintain a dilated pupil. The fact is, I don't always get it this way, but most of the time I do, and the reasons are as follows. One, very good dilatation is crucial in the beginning. There must be no positive pressure. Make sure there is no leakage, because unstable AC will always cause the pupil to fall on you. And also we use in our infusion what you call a pump, air pump, that maintains some pressure in the infusion bottle. All this helps to maintain the dilatation. We don't put in adrenaline in the infusion like some people do, but all we do is just to make sure the pump is on. Another important factor is your setting on the phaco machine. Depending on the pump type you are using, you must make sure there is always a balance between the aspiration and the infusion pressure. This is a peristaltic pump. So it has three parameters: the vacuum and the aspiration speed will have to be set separately. Although I started Phacoemulsification with a vacuum pump, I had to adjust because for vacuum pump you have only two parameters, that is the Phaco power and then the vacuum. So your settings will avoid surge. Remember, if you don't dilate the pupil long enough, the light source can cause the iris to be constricted as well. So now I've finished with my IA and now inserted my IOL NAS Pro from Apasami and now start to remove my viscoelastic. I normally go under the lens and remove all the viscoelastic that may be trapped under the lens before coming to the top of the lens or the AC. Well dilated pupil gives you access to everything. Good retroillumination, it gives you good depth of perception, and you can appreciate, you can even see the viscoelastic where they are, amount that you have removed, how much is there. You will have no problem. All you need to have good pupil dilatation is very crucial. I always spend a bit of time removing my viscoelastic to reduce post-op pressure. Also important is the duration of the surgery. The longer you take on the case, the more your pupils start to constrict. As you can see, this has started constricting, which is from the stability of the anterior chamber as well as the illumination from the light. Those can work against you when you take too much time on the case. So it's very important to make sure that everything works well so that you don't spend too much time. So now at this point I'm hydrating my incision to be able to seal it and then prevent leakage. I still inject air as routine. I could leave it, but I always close my eyes so the patients don't need to use the eye. So I'm comfortable injecting air. It seals very well. It helps seals the wound by pressing against the posterior wall of the incision. Thank you for watching. This is Dr. Senieja. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you.